Question 4. fx equals 4x cubed minus 12x squared plus 2x minus 6. Use the factor theorem to show that x minus 3 is a factor of fx. Now the factor theorem says that if f of a is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor of fx. And it's a two-way implication. If x minus a is a factor of fx, fa is also 0. So all we need to do to show that x minus 3 is a factor of fx is look at f of 3. And if f of 3 is 0, then by the factor theorem, x minus 3 is a factor of fx. Well, f of 3 is equal to 4 times 3 cubed minus 12 times 3 squared plus 2 times 3 minus 6. 3 cubed is 27 and 4 27s are 108 minus 3 squared is 9, 12 9s are 108 plus 2 3s are 6 minus 6, and we can see the 108s cancel out, the 6's cancel out, so this gives us 0. Therefore, by factor theorem, x minus 3 is a factor of fx. Now we move on to part B. Hence show that 3 is the only real root of the equation fx equals 0. Well, to do this, we'll need to do some algebraic division because we need to know what the quadratic factor will be now that we know that the linear factor is x minus 3. So I'm going to divide 4x cubed minus 12x squared plus 2x minus 6 by x minus 3. What do I need to multiply x by to give 4x cubed? Answer, 4x squared. Now the 4x squared gets multiplied by the x to give 4x cubed. It also gets multiplied by the minus 3. 4x squared times minus 3 is minus 12x squared. So when I subtract those two, they both disappear, and I need to bring down the next two terms. What do I need to multiply x by to get plus 2x? Answer, plus 2. 2 times x is plus 2x, and 2 times minus 3 is minus 6, and when I subtract, there's no remainder, which we knew already from the factor theorem because we knew that x minus 3 is a factor. So fx is equal to x minus 3 multiplied by 4x squared plus 2. So when we're looking at fx equal to 0, that implies that x minus 3 equals 0, so x equals 3, that is one root. Are there any others? Well, no, there aren't, because since 4x squared plus 2 equals 0, 4x squared would be minus 2, x squared would be minus 2 divided by 4, which is minus a half. And that has no roots, or let's say no real roots. Therefore, x equals 3 is the only real root. Of fx equals 0.